Hey y'all, wait till a couple people come in and we get this chit chat going. Oh man, hey. Y'all, I had an unexpected doctor visit. Hey PNG. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. So, wait till a couple more people come in before I start so I don't have to repeat myself. So I don't have to repeat myself, okay? I don't know what this thing is doing. Oh, we're at the 2-minute mark, so I ain't gonna keep y'all holding so long. So y'all, over the weekend, I started having pain on my neck, okay? And I had a mole, okay? What I thought was a mole, all right? And it started hurting. I'm like, what? Not only while it was hurting, it was getting bigger. I'm like, what in the world? I mean, every time I would do my neck, in whichever way it hurted, y'all. When I tell you, it was hurting. Then it started getting bigger. I'm like, well, wait a minute now. So, going to good old Google or whatnot, they tell you 50 million different things. I said, okay, well, I'm going to have to make me a doctor's appointment on Monday to get this thing checked out because the mole had been there for, I know, 7, 8 years. So I'm like, okay. So, I started thinking about all the bad things that it could be. And Monday I made an appointment. So they was like, we can get you in, da 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 or whatnot. So that was Monday. Yesterday morning I got up, okay, at 7 a.m. I remember I got up at 7 a.m. The thing was still there. Had gotten a little bigger. But this time it looked like it was on, it looked like a little bitty grape on a stem. All right. Darker, but then it started looking dry. I'm like, what in the world? Like, so that was at 7 a.m. yesterday. 9 a.m. yesterday, gone. Don't know when, don't know where, don't know how, gone. It was gone. But my appointment was already made. So, y'all, what I thought was a mole, my doctor said was a skin tag. Evidently, I have multiple ones that I thought was moles. Like, they're very, very small and even raised, it looks like a mole. And I felt stupid into the fact that I've had one skin tag my whole life that I know of, and it was like under my arm, and it did its thing and came off. I knew that was a skin tag, but I knew for sure that the one right here was an actual mole. I started thinking that, oh Lord, is this mole changing? They tell you to go to your dermatologist if you have a mole that looks suspicious, okay? And that's just me being in tune with my body. So I go and my doctor comes in. And when she comes in, she don't even get on the reason why I'm there today. She get on my labs from last month. Now mind you, when they give you your labs from, like, the actual doctor don't call. It be, I guess, the assistants or whatnot. So the assistant had, told me about my cholesterol and all this, but when I made this visit to come to the doctor, my doctor walks in and she starts, she's like, you taking your iron? Yes, ma'am. She said, we're going to do labs today on iron. She said, are we avoiding hematology for iron? Sure is. She said, I said, can we do it? Can we do it in the next couple of months? She said, sure. I said, but that ain't what I was here for today. She said, oh, I just wanted to go over with them and go over your labs in person, you know, since you here. Right? Okay. So she's like, yeah, everything look good. She was like, your liver levels and enzymes and everything is good. She was like, I said, what about that cholesterol? She was like, yeah, you're a little elevated. She was like, but you're young. You don't have hypertension. You don't have diabetes. You don't have this, that, and the other. She was like, you're young. I'm not worried about it. It's just a little red flag, and we're going to get it under control. She said, I'm not putting you on no cholesterol medicine, none of that. I was like, so I said, so if it ain't that bad, it's, work. I said, can I have wine? I said, they told me I couldn't have no wine. She said, you can have wine. I'm like, well, she said, don't drink a bottle a day. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Meanwhile, Oronde sitting over in the chair talking about, because he had already said it, okay? So I know that was more of a, I told you so, without him saying, I told you so. So then I was like, well, the reason why I came is because of the skin tag, though. I already knew, about but I was going to ask her anyway because I wanted to come directly from my doctor. And she was like, when she looked, she was like, and she kind of smirked, I was like, I feel so stupid. Like, I have never experienced that. I guess that's part of getting older. She was like, she kept saying, you're young. Like, I'm not concerned about this, that, and she's like, but that was a skin tag. Because I had took pictures of it, and thank goodness I took a picture of it on Monday. Me not knowing that it was going to fall off or whatnot. So I'm glad I took a picture on Monday because I was able to show her the picture, to show her that I'm not crazy. Like, it was there, and it was, when I say it was painting. So I'm guessing from my understanding, when it started hurting, it was cutting the blood flow off. It's crazy how the body can do things. It was cutting the blood flow off. Similar to the one I had years ago under my arm, but it got way big. But I knew that was a skin tag. That was my very first one. I hadn't had another one that I knew of. I knew this right here was a mole. Y'all, it's completely gone. Like, it didn't leave a mark or anything. Like, it's just like, really? So this is part of, you live and you learn, you get older, you live and you learn, okay? But I feel like too, it was meant for me to go and actually talk to my doctor too about because like I say, when the assistants and stuff call, they not the doctor. They not the doctor, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that I was even able to go that I was able to even, I think it was meant because I kept pulling back. So I did tell her, and I'm sharing this with y'all, so those of you that may be in the same situation, I did tell her what the things I was doing. She said, just pull back. I said, well, I did pull back, on a lot of stuff and whatnot. But she said, and that makes sense because I got a video that's gonna come out, something I did yesterday. I could have had my chitlins, y'all. I could have had my chitlins. I could have had them. They had told me no wine, no nothing. She's like, nah, you ain't a diabetic. You don't have hypertension. You don't have, and then she kept saying, you're young. I'm not worried about that. She's like, it's just a little red flag that you're a little high. We're going to just pull back and that'll be it. And I'm sitting here like, I would have went all the months and couldn't have it, whatever. They thought I couldn't have no wine, no nothing. Thank God for good doctors when you get a good doctor. So I feel like this whole thing, I feel like God knew I needed to have a reason to maybe go back to the doctor so I can at least ask her directly about my cholesterol. But I didn't even, when I tell you I didn't even get a chance to, I didn't get a chance. She came in as if I was there for my labs. And that was done a month ago, over a month ago. So that was just a blessing, blessing, blessing. But y'all don't laugh at me. I'm learning things. I'm learning things. Okay? We're getting older. That stuff happens. For 7 or 8 years, I thought that was a mole. It was a skin tag. Like, what? And I have multiple genetics